Me fellow Sierra Leoneans, na Air Peter must talk. Today I want to talk about with President, His Excellency Dr. Julius Maada Bio infrequent travel out of Sierra Leone. You know where this president take over in April 2018. Me, I've been come out in support him. I've been support in travel, in frequent travel outside the country for the first 2-3 months of his presidency. And the reason why me be support him and so many others them be support him. Now because of the fact that we international partners them we don't abandon Sierra Leone towards the end of the second term of former President Koroma. We international partners such as the International Monetary Funds, the European Union, and so many other international developmental partners that we don't abandon Sierra Leone. The only developmental partner we've been there with Sierra Leone at the time was China. All the others that we don't abandon Sierra Leone, reportedly because of bad governance, because of misappropriation of funds, because of broad daylight corruption, and so many other alleged malpractices which been happen at the time under the then government of former President Dr. Ernest Bai Koroma. So for make Bio come into power and Sudan as alone a falling foot, while we international partners then don't abandon the country, was unwise. For make Bio kind of power and Sudan as alone a falling foot, while we country we only depend on imported items. Every basic thing we would use in Sierra Leone we import, including the diamonds they would produce. We import the finished products. So we will need for engage with international partners them for make we country able to continue on the progressive front. On that note, I've been support with President His Excellency Dr. Julius Maada Bio in frequent travel for the first 4 months. But this, what I don't pass carry, this is too much. This is way too much now. President Bio don't dey na power for over 1 year. April this year make a 1 year. March, April, May, June, July. This is not July now. It don't make a 1 year. This July don't make President Bio 1 year, 3 months na office. President Bio don't travel 39 times inside 1 year for 3 months. This week, if we travel again go na Nigeria, they will make 40 times inside 1 year, 3 months. If you divide 15 months with the president on in office by 40 trips where the president don't take, that's 3.6. So almost half every 3.5 weeks. The president they out of the country. Now that mean. Almost every 3.5 weeks, the president he don't fly again. The king of the sky, Julius Maada Bio. That's what it means. How on earth you were able to say this president really a president with it manage the affairs of Sierra Leone, where he's so absent? Every 2 weeks he did out of the country. Every 2 weeks of in government he did out of the country. For me become president 40 times this week. And you know the allegations the way people and don't make say this president not only because he want to develop Sierra Leone, but because he want to enrich himself. I want to tell you the reason why I actually believe that now. I don't come for agree with so many Sierra Leoneans the way they don't allege say this president he try for enrich himself by frequent travel. And you will question how the president will enrich himself by frequent travel. And at that now I submit. Here is how President Bio they make the money. President Bio they get per diem. Per diem na the allowance where they give to employees. An organization they give to an employee for cover in travel expenses and all liabilities for covering. What does that mean? Every time the president travel out of the country, it depending on how long he stay out of the country, we are paying him every day extra amounts for covering living expenses, travel expenses, in risks that we don't take. Everything combined into that then called per diem. So most government officials then when they travel, then they actually make so much money If they travel, for example, if you get a government official travel for 2 weeks, they make more money inside that 2 weeks. They make more money passing 3 month or 4 month pay safe. You understand? Okay, let's say in 2 weeks you will make money nearly passing in 2 or 3 months salary. You understand? Because there are lots of different categories of costs that are covered. But that one trip where they make, on each trip we make, if I will stay longer, it costs Sierra Leoneans more. Remember, now employer, now they pay employee. And in this case, Sierra Leoneans are the employers. President Blow is the employee. He works for us. So every time we travel overseas on an official assignment, we are paying him so much money. So over 40 trips. So imagine, what does this mean for Sierra Leone? If the president don't travel 40 times in 15 months, and each time we travel, they pay a minimum. When I say minimum, I mean that we pay more. You understand? Or they pay a minimum of $50,000. So if you multiply $50,000 by 40 trips, what the president don't do, that's $2 million. Then the president don't make inside 15 months per travel. That no they pay who don't pay in 15 months, which is nearly $400,000. So he's made $2.4 million in 15 months. This president an extravagant president when it comes to travel. A president we don't come to power, they promise Sierra Leoneans with a new direction, a new way of doing things, a new way for make sure say West a cut down, a new way for make sure say all the loopholes are blocked. If they block the loopholes, then we they not benefit them. But the loopholes they will benefit them. They left them open as wide as possible. This president don't travel so much in the countries them where we get international engagement. We get diplomats in the country. He don't travel to countries them repeatedly. Those countries, so we get embassies them. And I'll tell you, I'll give you an example. We get regional deployments. Now Liberia, we say don't travel. We get regional deployment. If I get embassy in Nigeria, we say they go this week. We get embassy in the US, we say don't travel frequently. We get embassy in the UK, we say don't travel frequently. This is completely unnecessary travel where this president they put up. At the expense of you and I. Please, Sierra Leoneans, SLPP, APC, Sierra Leoneans, open your eyes to the truth. Make we all, to behind this president, make it cut down on his travel. Every month, the president travel twice. Sometimes he travels for a week, sometimes more. Are you able to govern the country where every month he travel 2 times? Every 2 weeks he out of the country. How you will be really govern the country? You know? We don't even know who say they go most times. Sometimes we don't even know which country they go, which you do. Like last time you were lost. Nobody knew. It's speculations. You understand? The press, no able, the State House press, no able, relieve information for assure citizens of your whereabouts. The information minister no able clarify things for assure citizens will be whereabouts. You just take a French leave of absence without notification. You're employed by Sierra Leoneans. You're accountable to Sierra Leoneans of every movement where you make. Sierra Leoneans they need to know. But you fail to account to Sierra Leoneans about your whereabouts. You know, where you left, we don't know whether a chief minister in a power, then they take over from you, or whether or not the vice president. Everything is up in the air. You know, Mr. President, we call on you. You need for sit down. You need for sit down and govern the country. We don't get so many instabilities as a result of, partly as a result of your government indecisions or indecisions. We don't get so many kuskas in the country that needs your attention and leadership. But you have been in absentia. Every month, 210, you travel. 1 week, 2 weeks, you don't come out of the country. This is unacceptable by every standard. You don't travel inside 15 months. You don't travel past Donald Trump. You, Mr. President, you don't travel outside Sierra Leone past Donald Trump. You understand? Inside 15 months. Donald Trump, how many times you don't travel for me to become president? You don't become president longer than you. I think 3 or 4 times he's been out of the US. You don't travel 40 times inside 15 months. You don't travel past the UK Prime Minister Theresa May, the outgoing one. You don't travel past her. You don't travel past the France Prime Minister. You don't travel past the Canadian Prime Minister. All them big international partners, them. You don't travel past them. This not to fixing issues. This not money making. Now when you look at them, you need for stable in Sierra Leone and govern as you were elected to do. This is excessive and it's too much. We get so many issues then at the country we need your attention. The ground dry, there's hardship, People are suffering in the country that needs your leadership. You need for be there for assure civilians that you're working hard for make things better. There are so many inconsistencies the way they happen. Now Parliament House, the kind of malfunction, misfire where they happen in Parliament, I've never seen it type. And all sectors of the government, there are a lot of lapses, where we need your attention for address those issues. People they need to see that they've elected the president who actually is sober-minded in addressing the issues. Use with international diplomats them. Use with diplomats them with embassies, for make they address issues overseas. Stable and Sierra Leone. You've made 2.4 million already inside 15 months. Your pay inside 15 months is about 400,000. The per diem we don't accumulate inside 15 months from you 40 trips overseas is over $2 million US. So you've made in 15 months, you've made more money from Sierra Leoneans than any other government in the history of Sierra Leone. You don't make more money from traveling than even your predecessor, and it's by Kuruma, which they target and they be and so it's in a corruption. Yes, you made yours legally, but we've seen it that your way you're making it, it is a slap in the faces of Sierra Leoneans. These unnecessary trips is too much. Mr. President, it's time for make you sit down and govern and understand exactly the issues the way they go on, where they affect you people and where you the govern as president. Your continual absence is totally unacceptable, and we call on you for do what is right. At the call of civil society organizations in the country, for stand up, organize demonstrations, for let them create awareness, for make you know say we are displaced about your continual absence in the country. And when you come back, people need to line the streets of Freetown. They need to line, block traffic, stop economic activities them for welcome you. This is totally unacceptable, Mr. President. Chief, then section chief, then they come on a village, then they can welcome you. Why is that necessary? You are the president, you go, you come back, you come smooth. To the president way people for celebrate your necessary absence in the country. People for to line and block traffic, block the entire country. They make banners for welcome you. For when you come up by your private holiday, advise Sierra Leoneans, they say, where side they go? People for say, you've been disrespectful for leaving the country, for leaving your job without advising that you're going on holiday, without advising Sierra Leoneans, your employers, of your whereabouts. It is unacceptable, Mr. President. People should call you to books for make sure say yes. When you come as a president, you entourage, you walk your way to State House or to your lodge wherever you're staying. It doesn't have to be celebrated. It is a waste of our resources because then Salomon need to go inside it for organize them banner day, pay them youth them for can't map na street and waste their time instead of looking for job. Pay the way for all and chief them, whatever dignitaries them, for make them cast down at airport they wait for you. Pay the ministers, deputy ministers, all man for cast down at airport they receive you. What about their job? What about their job? Their ministries they're supposed to be doing. Here you see prime minister, president, in the travel. Nobody know they go there as ministers. Nobody know they do. And entourage, and they can entourage you move. Mr. President has a new direction. A lot is expected of you. But so far, in terms of you travel and you return, it has been a huge disappointment to Sierra Leoneans at home and abroad. And I hope say you watch this video and you pull your strings together. Pull yourself together and understand that Sierra Leoneans are now aware that you're enriching yourself through the frequent travel. Thank you for watching. This is my view. Share at will and let me hear yours. Comment and share at will. Thank you very much. Peter Thomas. Bye-bye.